Welcome into another Knicks player preview for Deuce McBride. In case you're new, we've been doing player previews for every single New York Knick. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and let's go. Deuce McBride, Chris, obviously inconsistent year last year. He's entering his fifth season in the NBA on a crazy, insane, really good contract with the New York Knicks. He is obviously a really good defender, really good knockdown three-point shooter. Chris had some great moments in the playoffs for this team, including a chase down block against the Boston Celtics, if you don't remember. But Miles McBride, I'm excited to get into him. I think he's going to have a big role on the New York Knicks bench or in the starting lineup. I don't think he's going to start, but yeah, Chris, Deuce.
Deuce McBride. Fan favorite, obviously. We all hear the Deuce chants whenever he's taking a shot. Like you mentioned, though, inconsistent season, a lot of ups, lots of downs. I mean, kind of what you saw from the Knicks in whole as a team throughout the season.
Yeah.
Um, Overall, though, I thought pretty solid season from Deuce McBride. You got a lot of what you expect out of Deuce, right? Toughness, grittiness, good defense, including that chase down block you just mentioned against the Boston Celtics. Look, I think Deuce is one of our most important players, to be honest, off that bench. I know there's a lot of want from Deuce in the when it comes to running the team per se. You know, a lot of people don't really think he has the chops for that. Personally, I say he does have it, but he's still learning, right? He's still learning. A lot of people think he should be way further ahead than he is in that role per se. But I think that role is going to change a little bit when it comes to Deuce McBride, especially
Mm-hmm.
considering some of the players we've been seeing being brought along into this New York Knicks team this season. So I think Deuce is going to take some pretty good strides now that he won't be relied upon as the off the bench main guard to run this team per se. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. Look, if you look at the Knicks bench, it's kind of crowded now, especially depending on if they're going to start a Josh Hart or bring a Josh Hart off the bench. Because now you have Clarkson, now you have Deuce, now you have Hart off the bench. Hart is sort of like that wing for the New York Knicks off the bench, but I think, look, last year the efficiency was down. His 3-point percentage dipped to 36% last year, down from the prior year. Finishing at the rim was also weak, 47% from within 5 feet. But advanced metrics suggested he added tremendous value for the Knicks. He appeared in 6 of the Knicks' top 7 lineups by net rating, largely thanks to his defensive presence. So
Yeah.
in lineups with Jalen Brunson, Chris, which is why a lot of Knicks fans would like to see a Deuce McBride start alongside Jalen Brunson simply due to the spacing on the basketball court. Deuce McBride is a great catch and shoot three-point shooter. I think he's healthy. I think he's good. I think the inconsistencies last season were due to the injuries. Couldn't really sustain a rhythm because of his knee injury in and out the lineup.
Yeah.
Tom Thibodeau favorite last year, but I just think in the playoffs, I mean, if you don't remember, Chris, game one, 11 against the Celtics, game one, 11 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3 in 19 minutes. Game six, 4 of 7, 2 of 5 from deep in 32 minutes, 10 points against the Celtics. So he really had some big moments in the playoffs, and he's a playoff performer, and I think that's valuable, especially from having a new coach in Mike Brown. You know, Mike Brown is coming in here. He wants to rely on vets. He wants to rely on guys who has been there, done that, and I think Deuce McBride checks all of those boxes, and I'm just hoping that we're in for a great season for Deuce. We've dealt with some rumors, right? I mean,
Yep.
lately about
Yep.
the Knicks possibly trading a Deuce McBride, which is, I think, crazy.
Yeah, and I was just gonna bring that up. I
Yeah.
think that would be insane, insane. Because if you look at what Deuce McBride has done, obviously, you know, coming up in this system with the New York Knicks and just
Yeah.
improving every single year to the point where now, he's pretty much a lockdown defender, can hit huge threes for us, and is a midi maestro out there.
Yep.
I rarely see him missing middies as of late, and just to hear him in rumors that he might get traded just to kind of fit in other people like a Landry Shamet, in that scenario, I'm taking Deuce McBride every single time. I mean, I think he's gonna fit extremely well in Mike Brown's system, especially if they're playing faster. I think that plays to his strengths, man. Deuce McBride wants to get out there and run, and we know what he's capable of, man. And I think in a faster offense, we could probably unlock another level to Deuce McBride.
Likewise, and look, those rumors are just rumors right now. The Knicks are look. We're recording this on October 1st at 10:02 p.m. So if a trade went down, sorry we're late. But right now Deuce McBride is on the team. But we're just responding to rumors that we saw today a little bit regarding the Knicks keeping Shaman and Brogdon. Deuce McBride's name was thrown out there. I think it would be blasphemy. I don't even want to give any fuel to that fire. But look, I think you value players that are on such a great contract like Deuce McBride
Yeah,
is. And last year, I think the inconsistencies alone, yes, he was inconsistent a little from three, but I think this year, Mike Brown has preached playing fast, running without the basketball, having the least amount of dribbles coming down the court. And I think Deuce McBride is one of those players where the New York Knicks can really utilize the playing fast. And I think he's one of their best athletes on the team, Chris, because we saw it firsthand when he was playing great defense against the Celtics in the playoffs. And quite frankly, he's one of their best on-ball defenders,
yeah,
and that's
agree.
valuable. Like defense is going to be one of those areas where a lot of Knicks fans are going to question, like, is this team going to be a good defensive team? Where are we? Are we going to be in the middle of the pack? Are we going to be top 10? It seems like if you want to win an NBA championship, you got to be at least top 10, top 15. And Deuce McBride is one of your best on-ball defenders. That's valuable. And he can shoot. And he can, do many other things. So I think he's poised for a big year. Like last year, if you don't remember, Chris, our bold prediction with mine was I think he'll win Sixth Man of the Year. Didn't really hit that, but I think this year with the new coach, hopefully he can be a sixth man alongside of Jordan Clarkson and play really well with the new bench unit.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mind. I was
Sorry,
literally gonna
my
say
bad.
he's gonna be right there with Jordan Clarkson. They're
Yep.
gonna battle for it, basically. Yeah, look, I have high expectations for Deuce McBride, and obviously with the rumors floating around, and not wanting to put too much, like you said, no fuel to that
Yeah.
fire right now. I think Deuce McBride is here to stay with the New York Knicks. Like you mentioned, he's on a great contract, and for everything he provides, it's a steal of a contract. So, look, I expect Deuce McBride to be here, and I think he's going to have a great season, man. I think obviously, there's going to be some up and down, learn the new system, but I think it's going to be a tailor-made system, especially playing at a faster pace for someone like Deuce McBride. Someone who has good chemistry with Jalen Brunson
Mm-hmm.
and can play alongside him, in spurts. I think again, it adds to the flexibility of this team. This team has a lot of guys who can do a lot of good things and in different ways. So when you hear Mike Brown say, there's a lot of players that can be interchanged in different lineups and things like that, that to me sounds like a player like Deuce McBride. You know, yes, he's a smaller guard, whatever you want to label him as, whether he's a small wing or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he's a guy you could throw out there in multiple lineups and get production out of him. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do this upcoming season.
So am I. Look, McBride started just 10 games last season, mostly when Jalen Brunson was injured. And I do think, I don't know if you saw McBride's comments regarding Mike Brown's system. He said pretty much the offense was way too stagnant last year. And he said, look, we got to move the basketball this year. And he emphasized optimism about more player movement with Mike Brown. And I do think, remember those comments at the end of last year? Like, Deuce McBride was one of those players who were,
Yeah.
I would say, over Tom Thibodeau as well, if you connect the dots. So, hey, new coach, right? I mean, he's rejuvenated, maybe. Those comments were kind of, eye opening to me. But look, I
Yeah.
think, you see him and Mike Brown already dapping each other. Like, yeah, like, we're in the honeymoon stage right now, Chris. Like,
Absolutely.
we haven't played a game yet. Everyone's excited. Everyone's happy until we get punched in the mouth, and it's all back to normal. But
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but you're seeing the clips already, right?
yeah,
Nick's practicing, the ball's just flying around, and we're just like, oh man, this is exactly what we
yep,
want to see.
yep.
But like you said, that it's the honeymoon stage, so it's only a matter of time, right?
Look, we know what Deuce McBride can bring to this team. Look, he's can't really create. Not really that. That's not really his game. And I really do think Mike Brown will utilize him to the best strength of his ability. Utilize him to his strengths and off ball shooter, great catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And I think he'll have a good season. And quite frankly, because of his contract, he could be a trade candidate come February, Chris. Again, we do have some wiggle room on that bench now with Clarkson, Deuce, Hart. Not calling for it. I'm just saying that's why you're seeing his name in the rumors right now, because his contract is so valuable and people tout good catch and shoot 3-point shooters and good on-ball defenders. And Deuce is one of the best in the NBA. So any sixth man of the year, Chris? Nah.
Yeah, I say so, man. He's gonna battle with Clarkson for it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mano y mano for Deuce.
Obviously optimistic on Deuce, but look, I love Deuce McBride, man.
Yeah,
he
gonna have a
shows
big
up
year.
in big moments for us time and time again, and I just have a feeling he's gonna have a hell of a season with the New York Knicks.
Hell of a season incoming for Deuce McBride. Deuce. Hold on, I got my drop here. Where you at, Deuce? There he is.
Deuce.
That is a player preview for Deuce McBride. In case you've missed it, we're doing player previews for every single Knick. You can catch them right here in the middle of the stream. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Chris and I rocking the Knicks Nation Gotham hats. Appreciate the support. I'm Anthony from Knick Nation.
I'm Chris.
We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.